game now, okay? Huh? That's my game. I got my headphones on, so refrain from calling me. But if you need me, text me.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Jaguars going up against the Vikings.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Minnesota Vikings. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Slot man moves right.
Whip. Watch the whip.
No. Check. Hey. Patriot. Now let's go. Black 99 Philly. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Hodges. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good play getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Hey. Over. Here we go now.
They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hodges. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Green, Black 99. All right, here we go. 56. Green, over.
Now a play fake here on first down.
Check.
Caught on the right side by Adams. A very solid gain of 27.
Bang. Okay, we got four. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
They go play action here on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The secondary, Charles, much maligned during the week. They didn't have their best game in the loss last week, but a nice play there.
Yeah, and I just know what they went through last week. I mean, ever since that time, their pride was hurt. They kept getting reminded of it in the local media, had to watch it on tape, and you know the coaches just got after them. They came in ready to play.
Blue 90. Gun. Watch it now, Barney.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now he'll escape to his right. Looking sideline, incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back the intended target, and it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Blue 90! Blue 90!
57's the mic. Watch 57.
They'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And this one is right through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Defense wins championships, baby.
These 2. Blue 30!
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got nice space.
Well, we love to say get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Roethlisberger dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too.
Strong right.
Fournette, a 1st down carry.
Go, run.
And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now a 1st carry for LeGarrette Blount. Bulldozes past him. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. LeGarrette Blount, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt, you need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
Guys, check
Blue 90.
3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
For the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route.
Watch Mike. Outside coming.
And he'll be down deep into Jacksonville territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. The Jets have taken the early lead over the Bills. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
All right, here we go. 319.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
All right, here we go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is
Let's go!
Intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. He
Stop messing with Ramsey, man.
Last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
Double tight.
All right, here we go. Black 30, middle.
Check.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. He's going to air one out. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half. You know, I think that's the way they'll go.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. But likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Might have been one man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
No. Check. Patriot.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And Cook has it left side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
That's it, baby. That's it. Who got 17? Who got 17? Single receiver.
Here we go now.
Receiver. Hey,
Blue 90.
over there. Single
Blue
receiver.
90. Gun.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Nick Kwiatkowski in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
You got 3 down.
All right, here we go. Gun.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense. I'll make you pay one, though.
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Ooh, so a little bit of an exhale after that one for the head coach. That looked like a mishit maybe of some sort, but he managed to get it over the bar.
I almost wonder if someone got a finger on it because it was a pretty atypical kick from a guy of his caliber.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense. Get a couple of first downs. And hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Watch tight end. 3 down.
Easy. Set. Block 80. Kings. Alert.
Check safety.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And the hit jarred and loose.
Gosh.
It's
Hold the
incomplete.
ball.
That was very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Set.
3 down.
180. These 2.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Three down. 180.
Hand off to Fournette. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
55. 180. 55. Jack 16.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Set. 180. Middle.
Hey, watch the ship.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice
Robinson
hit.
is
Jars
trash.
the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Alert.
All right, here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. And Robinson with a big catch. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Tight end's right.
Set. 180.
Hey. We got three. Three down.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. Fournette fighting through. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A minute 57 to go in this first half. More from Minneapolis after this. The offense operating inside the 10 at the 8 here. It's 1st and goal.
Strong right.
Corner. Set. Black 20.
Four down. Alert.
Hurry up, let's go. Set. Black 20.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Left. Blue 30.
Check three.
Hurry up, let's go. Black 20.
Check 37.
Here's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Double bump.
Check 27.
Jack 16. Now. No spacing.
You can't block me.
Double bump. 98 Mike.
Check three.
Black 5.
Watch the eye.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So on 4th down, on comes the Jaguars' Jason Myers now for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Around the NFL, 2nd quarter in Atlanta. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
But you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got to drag that down as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves it with 3rd and just a yard. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Back 99,
It's a
Philly,
gain
here
of
we go.
4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
All right, here we go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll buy some time right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
He'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the
Watch
scoreboard.
tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Set.
On play action, they'll throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
All day. Woo! Let's get it. Tight end's Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo.
Leopard. Leopard. Now let's go. Blue, landing.
3 down.
He'll look to throw.
Watch twist.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. We got 3.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Set.
They're going to look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers.
Let's go.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout. as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
To the adjustment.
Without a doubt, show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
Wide, get wide. Run.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They keep it with Fournette on first down. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play. They'll hold them to no gain.
Here's Roethlisberger. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that. Has that happened to you before? No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. It's right through, and we are now tied at 13. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's got room. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play.
Double. Kill. Hey, turn
go. 50.
And the D looking like they may blitz. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now it's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Check right. Hey, alert.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Check 50.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Alert!
Set.
3 down.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move.
Set. 180.
Here's a gain to Fournette, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down.
Don't say nothing.
Here's Blunt. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Calvin's a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, it looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss.
Alert.
Bring it.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he will be hit with a lot of force and spun down at the 18-yard line. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
You don't want no problems with me.
Set. Black 30.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. Screen pass to Blunt. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is that now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. That's complete right around the 8. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Zach Ertz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Now Myers for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, it's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Hey! Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
A toss to Cook. And some room to work. Finding some room at midfield. And now off to the races down the right side. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 57 yards. And now a 1st down following that long gain.
Got double tight. Double tight. Hey, we got 3 down. 3 down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Buying time to his under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Nick Kwiatkowski in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. This is going to be on Minnesota. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll set up to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Devontae Adams. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Left! Quarter! Let's go!
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4.
Hurry up, let's go!
Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right.
Set! Gun! Leopard! Hurry up, here we go! Black 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll drop to throw.
Check 24.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be taken at the 10. Oh, twisting away. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Flushed out right. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Here we go.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Hurts over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
These 2.
Check 55.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And an alley to run. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Tight end right. Tight end right. We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And Diggs has it. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out. By a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Second down following the run.
Larry. Let's eat it up. Now let's go.
Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
3-19, gone!
Now back to throw.
No, off.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
That could not have been timed out any better, and that's exactly what receivers want. The ball in their hands as quick as possible allows them to catch it at full speed and take off and go. And how about the end result there? Big-time run after catch yardage. That rack yardage is so valuable for any offense.
Back to throw now on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Hodges. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down at the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
No. Check. Patriot. Here we go. Patriot. All right, now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Switch.
Detroit.
49.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet at the 8-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Motion. Watch 10. Single.
Back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Second down now after the pass completion.
I got 83. Me.
Set. Lock
Single. I got a single in the slot.
Focus.
Slot.
Hurry up, let's go.
Out.
Here's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Leopard! Hurry up!
First down, here's the run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Here we go now!
He'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3.
All right, here we go. Green!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here we go now. Green 39! Green 39!
They run again on first down. Cook. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
So just about a minute to go here, tie ball game.
As fans, we love free football, but the guys on the field don't. They're going to attack and go for the win right now.
Blue 90!
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Around the NFL 4th quarter right now in Atlanta. And really pouring it on now are the Falcons. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right.
Set! Green 39!
Handoff comes to Cook. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice in the Major League Baseball.